we define bedding. It's between the foundation and the bottom of pipe. Hopefully you can see on this illustration that we're going to talk about bedding in thirds. And we want to see, ideally, we want to see the outer thirds compacted and the middle third left loose. And the reason we want to do that is to prevent the pipe from being on a hard pan surface. That's not ideal if we have the pipe on a hard pan surface, and so if the bedding is left loose in the middle, it gives an opportunity for the pipe to nestle down into the bedding, and that's really what we're trying to accomplish by keeping the middle third loose. Now, you do want the bedding to create a uniform longitudinal support. Flexible pipe is going to conform to the bottom of the bedding, and so it is important that the bedding be longitudinally uniform. Otherwise, you end up with bird baths down your pipe, and it affects the line of it. It's the other thing to remember about, and most contractors know this, and it's second nature to them, but on a set of plans, the invert shown on the plans is the invert of the pipe.
Right.
But you have to start the process by placing the bedding at the right depth, which has to do with wall thickness for our pipe.
Right,
and so most times you'll see a contractor who will have a measuring stick, and he'll have certain marks on that so that with his survey equipment he knows when the bedding is at the right depth, so that when he puts the specific diameter with the specific wall, it's hitting at that line and grade. But that's important as well. Thickness of the bedding is typically 4 inches for most diameters. For the larger diameters, 6 is recommended, again, just a function of the corrugation height itself. So,
and we already talked about the thirds.
Yeah, and it can be different classes, class 1, class 2, class 3. Typically, it's the same material that's going around the pipe itself, and that's why we call this whole zone embedment.